I'll say before I turn it over to you guys is I remember liking this movie a lot the first time, but I really liked it even better the second time.
Okay then.
I'd never seen this film before, even heard of it before. I was blown away. It was such a good film. And for such a tiny budget too. It's like $420,000.
So,
And
so just
it just rolls, man.
and just for context,
Mhm.
Jeremy, this writer director, Saulnier,
Editor,
how do you say it? Saulnier?
Saulnier.
because fucking everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so and the lead star there behind Scott, this is just context real quick. That's Macon Blair.
Right?
So they are buddies. They went to film school. My friend Eric, one of his colleagues, was their teacher. And then also a movie that I picked that I think everyone pretty much loved.
Bacon Blair wrote and directed. I don't feel it.
Home in This World Anymore.
Which
you
is
watch on this
in
channel.
some ways feels a little bit like this.
Yeah, well, so that lead actor wrote and directed that picture. Just a little bit of like fun, small world.
I mean, his writing credits, he's got a few things.
When I think about this one and I think about that one, it feels like kind of like they're in the club together. You know what I mean? They're kind of in the same zone.
Mhm.
Although this is that without the laughs.
This is not
funny at all.
I don't feel at home is pretty funny.
Yeah, it
and
is.
also it's a little more slick.
I don't know. When she showed up, I laughed a great deal.
Oh boy,
Marsha.
Yeah. No, it was like this is like someone took like one of those like weekend film challenges and says make a $400,000 version of No Country for Old Men, and in terms of like being like this intense cat and mouse chase, with these guys who kind of pulled out of the regular thing, and it just works really well. I mean, it's like it's tense. You don't know what's going to happen. There's like some incredibly gruesome wounds that go on in this thing. You get a shot in the leg when the arrow doesn't look like any fun at all.
Yeah. And that guy's head getting blown.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what Jeremy really does right in this movie?
Mhm.
He does that like white trash, but like middle white trash, really like the kind of like they're not trailer trash, but they're lower middle class white trash. He does that. He captures that. Like they're wearing like Sam's Club jeans. You know what I mean? It's like everyone is. It's so perfect for that. And these people are tough. I mean, they're scary. They're weird. They're
gun nuts.
But they're not what we're used to seeing on film.
They're not caricatures, really.
No, they're not.
No,
they're not caricatures at all. But they're also not these like really scary, gross people. They're just.
Oh, it's like the Hills Have Eyes.
You go grocery shopping with these people, dude. Like you just do.
Well, these guys, this family runs a limousine business in this county, and they're apparently really successful. So
they have a pretty big house. It's a nice
house, and they have a big old house. Exactly, and so they have this whole family business going, and everyone kind of fears them a little bit. That comes out,
but everyone is a little bit trashy. I mean, they're like gross. They're violent, weird people.
They're big
Trump voters.
It's like
for sure.
It's like going to the biggest car dealership in a tiny county somewhere. It's like that's kind of like they're a local success story.
You just don't see this economic class represented in film almost ever. Like,
well, I mentioned
at least not in this way.
Good point.
Because the new one, the one that I was raving about a couple of weeks ago, Rebel Ridge, it's the same kind of vibe.
He kind of. I think that's cool.
Green Room, very similar.
Very similar, but you got it's a different. I really enjoy Green Room. And if you guys haven't seen that, it's this same writer director, and it's got Patrick Stewart, as like this neo-Nazi leader. It's really amazing.
He's ever been.
He's terrifying. But you're right, Chris. It's a little bit, but it's the punk rock scene, so it's a bit of a different. But it's the same kind of economic class. Yeah,
he likes this part of the country.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's probably not know he's from there or not, but it doesn't get the feel of the place. So it's probably this is Delaware, Rehoboth Beach, and Virginia area. It's like it's a combination of like metropolitan and redneck. I mean, real redneck. That's the thing. Yeah, it's like you assume that it's all a question of guns. This film is that the film has something amazing to say about guns in terms of like this is all happening because of guns.
And as far as such a low budget, the special effects are really good.
Yeah, they got a professional makeup company to do the blood effects, and so
the blood effects are really good.
Yeah, they're really excellent. And this is obviously shot in some sort of sequence because that is not a fake beard.
Nope. They shot all this first.
What
Yeah.
a transformation, by the way, when
Oh,
he
yeah.
comes out afterwards, after getting the shower and the haircut, and then stealing some clothes.
It's literally a different man.
Absolutely a different guy. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
really
Also,
And,
the
he
car
could have
is
been a hairdresser.
yeah.
Right.
I've seen that kind of
His
car
haircut
back
is perfect.
it is a pretty good haircut.
and then the car, and then, of course,
Little too good, huh, Jim?
Yeah, just a little.
film's named after his car. You know, the Blue Ruin. That's that Pontiac he drives.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
so
I never
like
knew.
the
I
bullet
didn't
holes
get
in
it.
that was it was named after his car. It's a blue Pontiac, and the thing is, you don't see him out here. You see him in like they got a, the Maine. He's like these old like 90s era fucked up, resting out on every single edge cars, but they all run. The thing is, his car
they
was
were like
very
well-made
reliable.
cars. Yeah.
It's just the weather.
Yeah, I guess so. The weather's just eating that car away, but
It's the
everything starts
salt.
and goes. It's
Yeah,
like,
it is
wow.
true. I read about that. Like cars in colder climates on the East Coast, they last. Our cars last longer because they take a beating.
Because,
Over
they
there.
take in winter they get covered with snow, and there's an expansion and contraction of the rust in there, and you get fucked up. So that was pretty accurate too.
And the roads are covered with salt because of the.
Yeah, and so it's like
Right.
So California
For the
cars
snow.
actually last a lot longer
There you go.
than most cars.
But so it was good stuff. I thought the plot was like it had a lot of great twists and turns to it, and the guy actually the protagonist, it was all based on a fuck up, which is like very Coen Brothersy. It's like he stabbed that guy in the head with a steak knife, and he finds out later on it was the wrong guy, and it's like it was. And the thing is, it's too late. The die has been cast, right?
Right.
So everything else has to kind of go to its inevitable and natural conclusion, which was,
Which is one of the more interesting things about it, because in these kind of revenge stories, it's usually just, I loved what his high school chum said to him. He said, "Don't make any speeches, no talking."
right.
Yeah.
That character was great.
You're gonna fuck this up. He was a great character. Yeah.
Which is so
He
true
was very
because
true to.
well, that was
True to what, Jim?
True to his character.
Oh, yeah.
He seemed like friends I've had.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
It was familiarity, wasn't it?
We all know that guy, dude.
Yeah.
We know that guy.
And he's based on a friend of the other filmmakers. He's like, and went back and actually consulted with his friend to tell him to get the details right. That guy, what's his name?
What I was going to say was that when he goes off for the final showdown, there's a bunch of conversation, and it's all about like, well, what are we going to do? How are we going to stop this? Or can we stop this? And it's pretty much like, no, I don't think we can.
Yeah.
Well,
Even
you said, like they're making fun of other movies where it's like, I'm going to say something before I do this.
Right.
No, just fucking do it.
Yeah, right.
You're not. This isn't. This
No,
is
it's evidently
This
practical.
fucking scene is.
Fuck.
I mean,
oh,
I'm
God,
like,
yeah.
Oh Lord, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's a
I love the fact that he goes over the entire house with a fine-tooth comb, finding all the guns taped under shit. And he
Didn't
still
get all
pulls
of
out a
them.
Mac
He got
10
almost
or
all of
something.
them.
He still missed
Dude.
one.
There's like there's a ferocity to the women in this picture.
Oh my
one behind
Lord.
Scott.
Oh my God, they're
Even
so
Jan
scary.
Brady was like
They're
Avermont.
so fucking scary.
No, but
They don't look like they're going to be.
grounded.
That's the thing.
This is all like this is Hatfields and McCoy shit. These are two families
Right.
Exactly.
in a fight to the death.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Who here has seen Shotgun Stories, which is
I don't think I have.
Nichols' first picture before he did
Jeff Nichols?
Jeff Nichols, yeah, before he did Take
No.
Shelter.
Oh
No,
no, I did not.
Yeah, so he's got a movie called Shotgun Stories, which Michael Shannon is also the lead in that.
Oh.
Which is kind of like, anyway, I brought it up because it's these, like you said, Chris, it's these feuding families that it's never gonna stop. It's never gonna until we're all dead.
It ends
This is
great.
it.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
this is,
And the movie
Sicilian
kind of,
vendetta.
the movie sort of spoon
but at
feeds
Walmart,
you
you
plot.
know.
The movie spoon
Yeah.
feeds you the plot in little doses, and you never get the whole picture. It's just like a little by little, and it's never. There's no exposition queen anywhere. Like it just you find out what you need to find out. Oh, this is what happened. His dad slept with
Yep.
your mom,
Yep.
Right.
right?
Yeah.
And then
that- and
their
so the
son
dad
killed
the
be
dad
son.
accidentally take the mom out, and now
Yep,
like now
yep.
And that teenager is his brother-in-law. No,
and
it's
now
his
you get,
half brother.
like, you understand like the
Half-brother.
level of
I thought it was
ferocity
his kid.
when he's on the phone. Listen to the voicemail. and
oh
the-
God, that
This is
message.
why we're going to your sister's house. And
That's
then
why we're going to
not
fucking
much to-
Pittsburgh. And then boom, boom.
Oh, we're going to
no
fucking
talk.
Pittsburgh.
Never,
Yeah,
didn't make
it's
him
so
turn around in
scary.
front of him. He just actually dropped him right there. Boom.
Yeah.
But the again, because oh, it's these two families and it's over infidelity, and like, no, this is never gonna, like, it ends, it's kind of a downer. I mean, I kind of like it, but I mean, they're never gonna stop. Like,
No. Well,
one
this is
side
like,
is
you know,
not
this
gonna
is-
stop till all their other side is dead.
Yeah, this could be happening in like
Well,
in this
there's Blue
the
Ruin
hillsides of
too,
Palermo.
with,
You know,
the
this is
sister.
yeah, this is old.
Right.
This is old school vendetta. Like Jim said, this is like this doesn't
Yeah.
end until one of the families is completely extinct.
It's like a
Obliterated.
Greek tragedy. It's
Exactly.
going to go
Yeah,
on.
I
for
know.
Yeah,
generations.
that's what I'm saying. It's a Greek tragedy in a Walmart parking lot.
But the
In a
great,
this is.
the
lot,
great
yeah.
thing is that half brother, he walks away
mean,
and
you
throws
know.
a shotgun in the lake and walks away.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's a nice.
He may
hopeful-
be the only one who lives.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of a nice ending because he's rejecting everything that just happened.
Yeah, he was
Well,
actually of both families, so it's like, you know, none of this.
Right.
You know, it's like it was
Right.
very well balanced in that respect. But man, it was getting there was quite daunting.
No, I
Yeah.
mean, this is, I think you guys have heard me, like, classy grindhouse is maybe one of my favorite film genres. And this movie transcends the grindhouse aspects of it's a revenge flick by being so well executed at every level
It was beautifully written.
that it's beautifully written. It's beautifully, I mean, like the main character who's in almost every scene, just the haunting quality of that guy's eyes in every, like, from scene to scene. And
Macon,
also,
that's Macon. Yeah.
like, most of these movies, I don't ever find myself going, no, I mean, why would you do that? Like,
Yeah.
you
Well,
never,
it's-
you're never second guessing choices because everybody kind of behaves like you probably would in that situation.
That's true.
There was nothing unbelievable about what he did in this thing, you know, and if
They
No,
also
it's
escalate
like this, it
too
was-
quickly,
yeah.
I think.
but
You
yeah.
do you? Well, I mean, he does stab the guy.
Not this one. I mean, most revenge.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
okay,
I mean, you
yeah.
guys, like, you didn't. No one mentioned, like, so he stabs the guy in the bathroom and then proceeds to go outside, tries to puncture the tire, ends up slicing
Because
his
his
hand.
hand, yeah.
Yeah,
It
but that's
slices his
Coen Brothers
hand
thing.
open.
Right, that was a
That
great
whole-
detail.
That goes like that, you know, you go at the beginning of Blood Simple, where a guy just buries a guy and his car won't start. You know, it's almost
Yeah, because the
like-
keys are in there. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. But
Things,
Well,
you know, things that don't go the way they're
this is-
supposed to over and over and over in this
yeah,
movie.
exactly.
This,
He looked
this
pretty
is one of
happy
the,
as a beach bum too at the beginning. He was like, you know, all right, just lives in the beach and eats garbage. You know, he's fine.
No, he's
Like,
not
yeah,
happy.
he
His
breaks
parents
into
are
a house
dead.
occasionally and
Yeah.
takes a bath.
Yeah, exactly.
This is when he
Yeah.
couldn't approach his sister. No, this is one of those kind of rare films, and maybe John would agree that when you're a filmmaker, you know, you can there are these really fine line movies like this where you're watching it and you can kind of tell, okay, this is kind of a low budget indie movie. Like
Yeah.
you can kind of tell that.
Yeah.
Yet it's a fantastic movie. So it's like this weird, you
I
know,
think it transcends its low budget.
exactly.
Oh,
it's
dude,
it's
yeah.
like this.
You at no time do you
Because
feel
it's-
cheated by this film. It's like,
But
I wish I had bigger.
because
but
it's
we're
budget.
still
totally
we're
perfect.
still either consciously or subconsciously aware of it, but it's
Yeah.
still like a great little movie.
Yeah.
So I feel like John would, you know, you probably like, this is the kind of space where we all want to start or you know, like sort of be at when we first. It's that kind of really nice, lovely thing.
Well, it's, you know, this is like, you could tell whoever the guy, you know, the director got a version of the screenplay done, did it again and did it again and did it again until it was a fantastic story.
And this is literally shot on a film that is less than our B camera on Bloodwine.
Yeah.
And so it's a testament to a good cinematographer as well and a good
Yeah.
gaffer.
Oh, it looked really, it didn't look exceptionally good. It was pretty good though.
It looks nice though.
You
It
know,
looks
but it's
clean.
it was that Canon thing. I recognize that.
It's a Canon C300
Canon C300 and a Canon L series lenses.
and the L series, which are very nice. And then,
Yeah.
so as our B camera, we use the Canon C70, which is actually even beyond this one, I believe.
Yeah, it's a little
So
nice-
like, and that was our
nicer.
B camera.
Right.
So,
So
this,
for you guys that know more about cameras than me, what's the giveaway that made this say, "Oh, that's was shot on a Canon"?
Well, there's a certain kind of a warmth to Canon color space.
for me, there wasn't a giveaway. I had to look it up,
Yeah. It's just like, you know,
but
once you
Scott
know,
might know.
once you know, you'll kind of know, you can recognize the way it represents blues and reds. It's like very distinctive.
Oh.
Like as opposed to like, say, you know, Airy or
And
Panda.
Ari is really accepting of the blues and the greens.
Yeah, Airy's
and
got a
the-
ton of blue grading, and this one just it's a little tighter. So it's more like a still photography camera. It has some weird limitations to it, but it works. It looked
but
good.
this-
It was
this is
still
a-
full frame, cut down to scope, but you know, it's
Yeah,
still,
yeah, they did it. Is it 239?
yeah, it's 239. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So-
also another thing about this film that just struck me as I was scrubbing it after I acquired the film is like there's very little dialogue in this film.
Yeah.
There's long stretches where nobody says anything.
Yep.
The beginning is
The beginning.
The whole
long
first
time.
half almost.
Silent.
Yeah.
It's like
20 minutes.
I mean, that takes some fucking nerve, man. You're not
I
narrating
mean, the
your movie.
most dialogue is when the woman cop picks him up and
Yeah.
takes him back and
Eh,
gives a little exposition.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she
And
actually
even
sets
though-
the story
And
in
the
motion.
restaurant scene with his sister, that's a little bit
Yeah.
of dialogue too. But
And
that's
even
that's
though I
later,
love
but
like
yeah.
now I love the Long Good Friday, this starts out very coherent without a word, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Whereas the Long Good Friday was like incoherent until
well,
you
Long Good Friday
people-
is fiendishly complicated compared to this. This is a
Right,
very
like-
simple story.
Well,
but,
it's
I'm talking
British
about like
trash
two
as
like
opposed
talk
to
about two movies
American
that start out
trash.
for 20 minutes without saying anything.
Yeah.
True.
This one you could follow, that one I couldn't follow.
Well,
Yeah, right.
Jared, here's the thing.
until-
I mean, it's like you said, it's ballsy to start your movie and not have everybody talk for 20 minutes. But the writer is also the director because I mean,
Right,
you couldn't
yeah.
write that. You couldn't write that script and take it out and sell it and make your career start.
And Kubrick
No,
could get
this you
away
can
with it.
follow. Long Good Friday, which ended up being a movie I adore now, but at first I was like, what the fuck is
Hey,
going
what
on?
came out first?
This you don't go, what the fuck's going on? You know everything that's going on.
You
What
always,
happened? What came out first? This or There Will Be Blood? Because that's another
Blood
20.
was
There Will Be
Exactly.
Blood was way before this.
Okay,
Way
so that was
before.
like almost no dialogue in that either. The first 20 minutes.
It's
Sure.
true.
Yeah, so that's
Okay, but that's the Coen Brothers. They can do whatever they want.
that was actually no. That
No,
was
that's
called-
P.T. Anderson.
Oh,
Yeah.
excuse me. Yeah,
But
I always
no,
This
think-
looks
but-
like a Coen Brothers movie.
But if you're
It
also
does.
comparing it to No Country for Old Men, there's very little dialogue in that movie as well.
there's lots of parallels. These guys are obviously inspired by No Country because
what did you
Oh,
just? I thought you said No
the arrow
Country.
in the leg. Boom.
Yeah, No Country.
What was the other film Scott said?
There Will Be Blood.
Oh, okay. I was
Yeah,
thinking.
yeah.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
had
and-
it
Well,
right.
it's down the
Bird-
law.
and
Like,
even
you know.
even going further to Macon Blair's movie, not to get off topic, but to I Don't Feel at Home in This World Anymore. I mean, that's very Coen Brothers. Like,
Yeah.
it's with the violence and the comedy.
and the
Right.
mishaps and the that kind of-
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
it's good stuff. I mean, it's like did Jim? Do you have a corner in this thing?
Not really. I
Okay.
enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun.
but I was like, oh my god, low budget movie, but I ended up just loving this film at the end. It was just so. This is the kind of thing they should be making this every goddamn week. I mean,
they're
it's
not
like-
they're not fucking around. These people
I
aren't
know.
fucking around.
If you guys like this, I would recommend Blue Ruin, like Jared said.
Did we just watch that?
No, sorry. I mean, Green Room.
Green
Oh, okay,
Room.
thank
Green
you.
Room is his follow up to this, much bigger budget.
There's a movie on Netflix called Rebel Ridge that he wrote, directed, produced, and edited, I think.
Yeah.
And then I've forgotten, but I'm gonna go watch this one next. There's a thing it's also on Netflix that he did during COVID called 2018, Hold the Dark with
Did I see that?
it looks like it's what's his name?
I don't think I saw that one.
Jeffrey Wright in the snow.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Oh, is it
Yeah,
any good?
that's good. Yeah.
Okay. So
It's like a survivalist type. It's good.
yes.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah.
And that movie is particularly like really rough condition. Like it's kind of beautiful, like visually.
Yeah, it seems to be the least well reviewed of all the four that I know about. But
Well,
I mean,
it's a very it's like a single man survivalist type. So if you're not into that, you're not gonna.
I do like those kind of movies. I just
Well, I'm just praising this film not because of the way it was made, just cheap, but effective. But the fact it's so well written, they really sweat it out. And the thing is, this is reflecting on the film I was talking about on Facebook today. I saw last night. There's like,
we'll get to that.
yeah, I'll get to it later. But man, this is like I really appreciate a well written movie now.
It's a simple story, well told.
Yeah,
I'm glad you
exactly.
guys
Yeah,
like it. I
simple
thought-
story, well told.
I said this is the
There's
second
so
time
much
you're like, fuck, this movie's
longevity
better
in
than
that.
I remember.
All right. Well, where are we at? So, all right, double.
Oh yeah. I
Dude, well
love this
done.
movie.
Yeah, that was great stuff.
Good.
Keep bringing this shit.